Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, today I kind of want to do a little testimony as well as having a conversation about knowing what season you're in. Just a little bit about myself. For the last maybe about 3 weeks to a month, things have just been overwhelming to me. And I have fasted, I have cried out, I have tried to praise, and it just seemed like everything was on standstill. Things that I thought that were going to be concluded, they were extended, and it was extremely frustrating. And that was going on for a while. It was going on for a while. And this morning I woke up, and when I woke up, I heard God tell me, "You've been in this season before." And I thought about it. About 7 years ago, I was in the same season where I just felt like everybody around me wasn't around me. Um, Almost like an isolation season. And and that's exactly what it was. It was a very isolating season. Um, So when I think about God, I think about the fact that He puts it into people's minds. Hey, you know what? How's that person doing? Maybe I should call them. Maybe I should reach out to them. I feel like when He isolates His people, He will not allow those thoughts to go through certain people's heads. Um, when you're in your season of isolation, only the people that are supposed to be with you in that season are with you. Last night I ended up doing my children's hair, and they had picture day today. They look so cute. But last night I ended up doing my kids' hair, and I just truly just emerged in the idea of getting my house in order. And in order, in reference to, we had a big change where my nieces and nephews are part of our living space and officially a part of our family. And it's been a lot. It's been a lot, to say the least. We have reached out to certain people to also be incorporated in that. And they have also been a lot. And I'm going to refrain myself from speaking specifically because, one, I don't think that that's the message that I'm supposed to put forth. And two, some of these people will be people that will have be around for a long period of time, and I wouldn't want my children to see certain things. So yeah. So in this season, of my season is definitely isolation, and I feel grateful to be aware of that. And if you are experiencing the same thing, it is okay. It is something that happens. Um, it is okay. Your season might be the season of planning, the season of growth, the season of isolation, the season of giving. There's so many different seasons, but the season that I am is definitely isolation. And to understand that granted me a sense of peace. I woke up feeling different. I woke up feeling at peace because I finally understood what was going on. Sometimes things can be confusing when you're looking at something and you're like, hey, what am I doing? Why is this not working? Why is this not moving? Why is this, happening? Why are all my enemies seem like they're showing up and showing out and knocking at my door every time chance that I get? Why, where I think that I'm following what I'm supposed to follow and feeling how I'm supposed to feel. And I finally get over that hurt that someone has done or put on me, or I can feel how they truly feel. Why is it a sense that something else comes along? But I realize once again that I've been through this season before. I've been through the season before. And it was just all praises to God. Like it was just an amazing feeling to understand that and finally to get some clarity on that. Because there was days where I was just breaking down like, yo, I just don't know what to do. It just seems like, people are being intentionally deceptive. People are, expect me to share my life and share my testimonies, but keep theirs bottled up. Um, with not their real intentions. It gave the people that I was reaching out to in good intentions, they were reaching back for evil. And, it was a hard place to sit in. But when I read today, it just opened me up to a new idea. It just opened me up to a new mindset of just being like, it's the season that you're in. In my season, in the season of isolation, I'm just going to talk about that because this is the season that I'm in. But in my season of isolation, it has been literally just me figuring out what it is that is going on. What is it that I'm feeling? What is it that I'm going through? Why are people not, reaching out? And that's okay. That's okay. This is all by his plan. This is all what he wants to happen. It's okay. It's all right. I need you to be isolated. You can't hear me with a whole bunch of people around. You can't hear me with a whole bunch of distractions around. And like I said, this is not that people, don't like you or don't love you or anything like that. It's just a situation of you need to be alone so I can work on you. I don't know if anybody is getting this or anybody is picking this up, but I feel like today, in today's world, you can see things happening. You can see things happening. You can see the way that this world is turning. And if you can't see it, then you have your eyes closed. You have your eyes closed. You don't want to see it. You have to be prepared in the preparation of how he wants you to be prepared. You can't do this thing alone. And he's going to need you to build up the people that you have, as well as build up yourself so that you can walk through this walk, because it's going to get dark. If you can't see that these laws that are changing and, people are losing their jobs, and you can't see the food is going bad, and you can't see, war is happening more and more, and you can't see people's mindsets are changing, and you can't see people tend to go to evil versus good. If you cannot see that in this hour, then that you need to question your own reality. And this is my season of preparation. And it's probably yours too. It's probably yours too. And everybody's season is going to look different. Everybody's season is going to look different. Your season is not going to look like mine. You might need to, pray and fast. You might need to get rid of some people from your past that you've been holding on to. Your season might be building and putting in investments and no one want to pull them out. Your season might be preparing home cooked meals and getting out of the idea of having to go somewhere and depend on something. Your season might be coming out of debt, but he will show you and he will educate you on how you specifically need to move for this upcoming season, because everybody is in a season right now. You might be in a season of destruction. You can't look to your left. You can't look to your right. You need to look straight ahead. And everybody who he aligns you with, who will be in that season along with you, it might be for a short season that y'all are intertwined together. It might be for a long season. It might be for many years. But the season that you are in, you need to figure it out so you could prepare for you and your family for what's ahead. Man, oh man, oh man, I tell you, I tell you no lies. I can feel a heaviness. Like, I can feel a heaviness that's coming about. And for a while, I'm like, okay, like, what do I do? What you want me to do? Do you want me to invest? Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to pay down, my student loan? Do you want me to, what is it that you want me to do? And it's like, hold up, child. I'm trying to teach you. Hush. I can't teach you if you're talking. I can't teach you if you got this person around you and you worried about their issues when they ain't even worried about their issues. That's another thing I've learned in the last little bit too. I had a friend who told me recently, a very good friend, a very dear friend to me that I trust wholeheartedly. And she told me that I can't pour into somebody else's situation more than they pour into their own. I can't step into somebody else's relationship, no matter how sad it is or how I feel about it, because ultimately they are either going to go back or do what they do. And I had to, when she said that, it took till today. It took to today. That was last week. It took to today to really understand and grasp what she was talking about. But yeah, that's what that is. That's what that is. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm driving, but hey, how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? That's what that is. That's what that is. I don't want to be entangled with a whole bunch of drama. I don't want to be entangled with a whole bunch of evil. I don't want to be entangled with a whole bunch of sin. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. That's not who I am. That's not what I want to be. I want to be protected. I want my kids to be protected. I want my family to be protected. I want, while I have breath and good, and have a space in heaven. That's what ultimately I want. That's what I decided I want. And sometimes you can teeter totter, and you wonder why things aren't moving. And I had to realize that it's forgiveness, release, and just listen, just adhere. He'll align everything up for you. You don't have to worry about 15 steps ahead. You need to worry about, you on step 1, you need to go to step 2. Don't worry about step 5. I'll give you a glimpse of what step 5 looks like, right? Because in favor, but I don't need to tell you what step 5 got going on, because we worried about step 2. And if you have faith, then you don't need to worry about step 5. You just need to worry about step 2. Yesterday, I had a situation that I thought was going to come to an end. I thought that I was going to move past it and I will be able to just focus on some other things that we have going on. And it was to continue. And I cried. I literally cried. I had court yesterday. And I literally cried in front of this judge. And it was just so overwhelming to me. Everything was just so overwhelming to me. And I was just so frustrated at the fact that I got to come back. I got to come back. And I couldn't pray. I read a little bit my Bible, but I couldn't get into the spirit. I could not do it. Like, I was just so hurt, so frustrated, so confused on what was going on. My friend calls me, or I called her. I might have called her, and I started crying on the phone with her, and I didn't want to talk about what I had going on, because I feel like, I don't want to put burdens on people. I want to figure it out myself. And she sat and she prayed with me, and literally my emotion changed. And that's how you have people who are also favored, right? Immediately my emotions changed. Immediately I felt a sense of peace. And sometimes you need that, right? So I was reading this morning about, people being isolated and nobody being able to step into your specific isolation or your specific season. Not everybody can be in your season. Not everybody can be a part of that. Not everybody can experience that. It is very important that the people that are supposed to be in your season, you allow in, and the ones that are not, you keep out. And that doesn't mean that you can't be good to them. Doesn't mean that you can't call them and check on them. It just means that right now I have you focused on this. You don't need to worry about this. I'm gonna take this away from you. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to show you how this person feels about you. I'm going to show you how this is set up. I'm going to show you a little glimpse of this. And I'm going to tell you a little piece of that. This morning I was able to see something else that I should be working on, and something that I feel like I just kind of been put into the back burner. And a lot of the things that I was dealing with weren't even my concern. It was completely out of my control. It was nothing that I can do about it. It's nothing that I could reach forth with. It's nothing that I could intervene, because people have their own lives. You make your choices. Hopefully your choices don't become your burdens, and we move past that. Because everything God has made aware of, or made me aware of, that if it has happened, is because He allowed it to happen. Yes, we have our own free will to do the things that we need to do, but at the same time, He's still going to get His way. Baby, He's still going to get His way. He's still going to get His way. So a lot of us are in different seasons. A lot of us are trying to figure it out. A lot of us are seeing this world crash before our eyes. And you have to be understanding that, you will be okay. Your family will be okay. But that's only if you're really kind of honing in on what you're supposed to be focusing on. Worrying about somebody else's life and worrying about somebody else's drama is not what you're supposed to be focusing on. Not when they cutting food stamps. Not when they having wars. Not when they having wars in our own country. Not when our president is talking about having a situation where people are literally fighting our own people, basically, is what one of the things that he's kind of put into play. Not when that is going on. Not when our food industry is crashing. Not when our tariffs are going on. Not when uh um not when none of this stuff is going on. Like it's what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is coming? What do you think that do you think that this is just going to go away and it's going to get better? It never does. It never does. It never does. It never does. So in this season, as I'm about to get out and go to work, but in this season, y'all, hi Southern Belle, like something's pulling me into something, but I don't know what. I thought it was the job, but I didn't get the job due to some craziness in my life that happened. Baby, it was all for a reason. It was all for a reason. Is this not about getting involved in other toxic relationships? This has a lot to do with just a lot of things going on. All in, you might not be able to get in toxic relationships. More so, people. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Sorry, I had to open a door. So this video was just a video about just in your season. Your season could be getting rid of toxic people, not being involved with toxic people, not getting in certain relationships, getting out of certain relationships, because whatever it is that you're struggling with, you will repeat that problem or that situation over and over and over again until you get it. And then when you finally get, it's like a test, until you pass that test and you kind of get your diploma or your degree, you will constantly have to repeat that same test. It might be different people. It might be a slightly different circumstance, but you will constantly repeat that same test over and over and over again until you get it, until you move on. Okay. So this is just to talk about just the season that you're in, and also just giving a little input about the season that I'm in as well. And moving forward, I don't know how long the season is going to last, but I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to rejoice in the fact that I have understanding of my season. I'm going to rejoice in the fact that I have another day to live, rejoice in the fact that my kids got up this morning. They look beautiful going out for picture day, and just being in a space of just peace. Which in the last couple of weeks I have been struggling with. That is something that I can honestly tell you guys I have been struggling with. There's times where I literally, yesterday after I came home, I literally was just quiet. And people around me could tell that something was going on. They didn't know what. And sometimes even in your season, you're supposed to be quiet. You're not supposed to talk about it. You're not supposed to tell people what you see. You're not supposed to be telling people what your dream is. You're not supposed to be telling people what God has shown you, because what it is for you. It's not for nobody else. So it's going to translate different. It's going to translate different. I had to realize the people that I was trying to feed my life and feed my joy and feed my situation so that I can relate to them and talk to them and build a relationship with them, it's not for that. I'm supposed to be building a relationship with God. Everybody that I am supposed to build a relationship, 90% of them are in my home, and that is my focus. So it was a lot that I learned in the space of about a few hours of just waking up and going to sleep. Sometimes you have to go through that pain to understand the beauty of it. You have to go through that pain to understand the joy in it. You have to forgive. Oh, that was a big one. Oh, that was a big one. Forgiveness is a big one. Forgiveness is a big one. I would think the other day I thought that, yo, like, I'm over it. I'm over it. I forgive them. I'm going to leave this right here, right then. And the next day something else happens. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Excuse me. And that hurt started stirring up. And the past started stirring up. And the things that I went through started stirring up. And then I had to realize, like, yo, just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go and let him guide you. Focus on the season that you're in. Focus on the things that you want to change. Focus on your children. I have 6 of them, by the way. Focus on that. Thank you, Southern Belle. Great way to look at it. Like, how many times am I going to have to take this test? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's absolutely a test. That's why it's called testimonies. You know? And I got to go. But I will be back later. I'm going to start doing more food videos. Yeah. I'm going to start doing more food videos and getting into that. And there's some other things that I have planned. And I'm just going to do them. So y'all have a blessed day. Y'all have a great day. I hope that God guides you. I pray that you understand your season. I pray that you endure your tests. I pray that you get past them. I pray that God covers you. I pray that if you don't have a relationship with him, that you grow in a relationship with him and that he comes strong to you. And I hope that he makes things clear for you. And sometimes it takes a while, you know. I've cried out. Sometimes it takes a while, but it will get done. All right. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a great day. I sub. This wisdom is priceless and so validating. Thank you, Southern Belle. I appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed day. In Jesus' name, amen. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.